Welcome one and all, HJ19 here, and welcome to a new segment titled Yu-Gi-Oh! Breakdown, where I break down the day, the deck, or the duel, and everything in between. Now, this new segment is going to be very simplistic for my channel, just talking about my experiences, whether it's going to a locals, YCS, regionals, what have you, to just talking about topics like, my favorite decks, cards, new releases, and yada yada, maybe the meta, maybe mainly my heroes. So this channel is going to be predominantly Yu-Gi-Oh related for the foreseeable future, but don't fret. Later in the future, I'm also going to be going back to convention videos and trying to bring my shorts back to this channel. But until then, I think I just need to, center myself and make these videos and just put them out in the ether, because I just feel like I have a lot of thoughts in my mind and nothing is really coming out of it. So I just need to do instead of think. That being said, today's topic is the latest cards that are coming out in the newest pack, released next week on June 23rd. So exactly 7 days from this video is when this new pack named Battles of Legends Monstrous Revenge is released. Let's go ahead and check it out real quick. So, let's check out the images. So, this is the newest pack. There's going to be some pretty interesting cards in there. But the main three cards that I want to talk about... Yes, it's broken. No, it is not broken. This video is going to be very pessimistic, so I do apologize if I trigger anybody about this, but I just feel like this is... A lot of people have way too much anticipation for this, way too much hype for this, and I don't believe that it's as powerful as they say it is. So, the latest three cards that are hero support is Elemental Hero, Flaming Man, Infernal Rage, Arm Neos, and Protection of the Elements. Let's start with this guy. So, Elemental Hero, Flaming Man, Infernal Rage is a rework. No. It's actually a retrain. Correction. My mistake. It is a retrain. It is the same card, but with a different effect. Retrain, right? I would consider Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer a rework, because it is not the same card as Phoenix Enforcer. It is a new card, even a new title of card. Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. Very much different. Very much rework. This is a retrain, right? Same card, same stats, different effect. There you go. And yeah, the effect isn't a good one, to be honest. Let's go down the list. So first, 2 Elemental Hero monsters with different attributes. Why Konami? You saw Sunrise and you're like, let's make a worse version of the materials for this. 2 hero monsters. You could have just gone in the middle. You could have done 1 hero monster and 1 elemental hero monster. Like that, But you're forcing us to use more materials, and is essentially our lines of play that for heroes, I feel like the line of play for heroes are linear. You have to really do specific certain things. Turn here, turn there, get to a point, And though our end board can consist of different things, it is mainly trying to bring out either Phoenix Enforcer, mainly Phoenix Enforcer, Plasma, Dark Law, as well as setting up a Dark Angel on the opponent's side of the field. So you have to go a very specific way to lead to those lanes. And this just adds another pathway that might end at a dead end. So, yeah, there was no reason to just limit us to 2 elemental heroes. Should have been 1 hero, one elemental hero, whatever. Must be fusion summoned. If this card is special summoned, you can add 1 card with favorite in its name from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Gee whiz, Konami. Forcing heroes to play another brick. Favorite contact. It is the main card that people are going to be trying to search out with this. Oh boy. And why is that a problem? Well, because adding that to your deck increases the percentage of how many bricks you draw. you're already tossing in Neos for this secondary effect, which we'll get to. But then you add this card, and if you hard draw favorite contact, yes, you can discard it as discard fodder for Liquid Soldier, right? If you even get that far. But it's like you can't even use it that turn, so it's just adds another brick to the deck. It's very stressful. You contribute this card that was fusion summoned using normal monster as material. Why are you making us add more bricks? A lot of people are like, well, now you can play the Neos, a little bit of the Neos engine within the Omni Heroes. Yeah, you can, if you could take out your hand traps, or if you could take out a starter, or if you could take out a combo piece, or if you could take out an extender. So it's just like, what do you want to play? Effective tools in the deck, or do you want to play a trap card that might clog your hand? Imagine drawing favorite contact, Miracle Fusion, Mass Change, and 2 hand traps. Oh my god, that's gonna suck. Even drawing Miracle Fusion and a mass Change is very stressful if you don't have a hero. Anyways, that's just me ranting. Probably gonna be a lot of that. Anyways, so special summon 1 level 7 or elemental hero monster from your deck or extra deck that cannot be normal summon / set, ignoring its summoning conditions. You can only use the effect of elemental hero, flame, wingman, infernal range once per turn. So I forgot to bring this up. These are the only 2 that can be summoned from the main deck for this effect. Poison Rose, and Neo Bubble Man, which both are so underwhelming, that do nothing for any combo pieces, that do not help in any regard. So why are we even trying to add stuff from the main deck? Like, you're just humoring us. Unless, right? Konami setting up some magical release in the future with a rework of Blade Edge that can't be normal summoned or sad, and it's just like, okay, cool, maybe there's an opportunity to do that. But for now, for the few months that this card is going to be released, yeah, you're only going to be dipping into your extra deck. And what are the main cards that you're going to be searching for or special summoning? We have Sunrise, which you're probably summoning Sunrise before you even summon this, so there you go, that's out of the game. Another Flame Wingman. Well, this card is supposed to be replacing the dead Flame Wingman that you would have summoned when instant contact, that you're not summoning with instant contact in this deck, right? What else do we have? I'm drawing blanks here. I'm sure there are at least any of the other elemental hero level 6, level 7s, right? Thunder Giant. Jesus, I'm drawing blanks. Yeah, the older elemental heroes. It's just it's that limiting that I'm drawing blanks only because most effective elemental heroes are level 8 or higher. You know, it couldn't have also been like jumping through all these hoops if it was just one elemental hero monster that couldn't be normal summon or set, right? You'd be able to summon Contrast Hero Contrast. That's our way to summon it, you know? I would have been complaining about the first 2, but I mean, at least, you know, adding the brick of a Neos, you'd be able to summon Contrast Hero Contrast in the first turn. There's our Omni Negate. But no, you had to force us to go level 7. You had to force a level onto this condition, or this effect. Like, why? Even more so, it probably should have just been one hero monster from your deck, just like, and it's not even hero monster, like Wake Up Your Elemental Hero, where Wake Up Your Elemental Hero does just one warrior monster. This just should have been a hero monster that can't be normal summoned or set. allowing us to cheese out plasma. Why is that so bad? Like, we already have effective ways of doing that, but giving us that ability just with this card would have made it immensely competitively viable. I rank this, or I score this out of 10 a 5. It's cool. It has its uses, but it ain't it, Chief. It is not it. Armed Neos. Now, Elemental Heroes and armed dragons? Like, I guess his elbow kind of looks like a Pokeball. Anyways, so it is a wind type monster, warrior fusion effect monster, level 10, with 3,500 attack, 3,000 defense. I didn't do that for Flaming Man. I'm sorry. Its fusion materials are 1 elemental hero Neos. Great, another brick, but if you're playing Neos, the Neos deck, then it's not much of a brick, it's a necessity, right? 1 armed dragon monster. Konami, why? It's like, you have good intentions, you look at it and it's like, oh yeah, it's armed dragon, right? No, just give us a dragon material. Just say 1 dragon monster. 1 dragon monster. The only dragon monster we play in the Neos deck is freaking Rainbow Neos or Dark Rainbow Neos. Why are we forced us to play another dragon type monster in our deck? Makes no sense. And then when we get to its first effect, you'll also think, why Konami, why? Must be fusion summon. If this card is special summon, you could choose 1 dragon monster in your graveyard. If you're gonna hard put us into 1 armed dragon monster, then just go all out and finish the job with our screwing. Why don't you just say choose 1 armed dragon monster in your graveyard and destroy all monsters your opponent controls? Why don't you do that? Why? No. You can choose 1 dragon monster. Oh, thank you, Konami. You're allowing me to choose my rainbow dragon. Destroy all monsters your opponent controls with an equal or lower level than it. Great. So you immediately reeled me in with the generic dragon monster, and then you totally swept my feet and said, nah. Guess what? Only monsters with levels, links, and exceeds, they stay on the field, buddy. Like, why? You could have increased its viability if it just said, destroy all monsters your opponent controls with equal or lower attack than it. Boom, I just fixed your card, Konami. I fixed your card really easily. Just my god. When this card destroys a monster by battle, you can make this card gain this effect. By what battle? We have this scrumptious field destruction effect. And now you want me to battle monsters that aren't there? Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me just not use its field destruction effect and then battle, so I can telegraph to my opponent that I want to special summon a monster from my deck. During the main phase quick effect, you contribute this card special summon 1 elemental hero fusion monster from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. Cool! It sucks that we have to jump to 2 other hoops just to get to this point. Okay, I'm gonna humor the fusion. Yeah, let's not even humor the materials. If it was dragon, right, you'd be able to do the normal play of Neos fusion if you hard draw it and you have nothing else to play. Hard fuse, right? Go into Neos fusion into armed Neos, send Rainbow Dragon if that was the new effect or the better effect. Then say they have a field full, right? Turn 2, you do this, summon it. You choose Rainbow Dragon, destroy all monsters with attack equal to or lower if that was the effect, right? You field wipe it. Then if we change this third part, right? If this card destroys a monster, boom, cut it right there. You can make this card gain this effect. Instantly viable. It would just be like Now, mind you, it still locks you because if you Neos Fusion, you can't summon anything else, right? But just those two things make it synergize so much more because during your opponent's main phase, you can just blink him out, summon an absolute 0, right? Summon a Terra Firma so that you can use Protection of the Elements. Summon something else. Summon a Sunrise. Search during your opponent's turn. It's like, why, Konami? Why? All the viability that I just said by just modifying these 3 things, right? 1, 2, 3, makes it an immensely powerful card that is utilized even better. And also, it's extremely telegraphed too, right? It's just simple tweaks. Once it hits the field on the main phase, it forces your opponent to decide right there and then, this is a threat, let's take it out. Instead of giving your opponent that main phase turn and the battle phase to decide, okay, maybe I'll do something about it. Now, to some people, it might look like, well, I mean, what's the difference between giving your opponent just main phase and battle phase? A lot of the intricacies of dueling can be decided on whether or not you do something during the main phase, standby phase, draw phase, battle phase, end phase, main phase 2. Like, not in that order, mind you, right? But just those small tweaks allows it to be a very much viable card in any hero deck. But no. We have very limiting cards, very limiting effects that put him at the lower brackets, very much akin to the flavor heroes that we had at the beginning, and really does nothing for current heroes. You can play it. I've seen a lot of I've seen a lot of people on YouTube talk and get excited for this card. And mind you, once again, I am going to be buying 3 of these cards each just to have in my collection because I'm a hero player through and through, and I'm going to be having these cards. But I'm not taking them to tournaments. I'm not taking these 3 to tournaments. Well, these 2. I might take Protection of the Elements. We'll talk about that right now. But I'm just criticizing this on a fundamental level, on a competitive sense. Changing these small things makes them a lot more viable. And that's the thing. We're getting too many hero supports or hero fusions. We're getting too many for the extra deck. We already have a lot of fusion monsters. But they are cluttering to the point where whenever there's a new fusion monster, you're looking at your extra deck like, oh, what do I cut? Oh, man. Like, you're really forcing us to decide what we need. We don't need more extra deck monsters unless it's a combination of 2 previous extra deck monsters so that we can take 2 of them and have 1 more spot. Okay, we'll talk about what we need for heroes after this. Last card is Protection of the Elements, a counter trap card that we've been waiting for years and haven't got it. And I mean, mind you, not really waiting for years, but when Elemental Hero Spirit of Neos came out, this card should have come out in the same pack to be able to have us be able to utilize it more effectively, and that would have made the Neos deck not competitively viable, but a little bit more powerful, Anyways, Protection of the Elements. Counter trap card. When a spell or trap card is activated, great. So it's an even not worse, but a watered down version of Paradox Fusion that also includes if a monster would be special summoned. So it doesn't have that. Just when a spell or trap card is activated, banish 1 face-up Elemental Hero monster you control until the end phase, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. If you control an Elemental Hero Terra Firma, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon 1 of your Elemental Hero monsters that is banished or in your hand or graveyard, ignoring its summoning conditions. You can only use this effect of Protection of the Elements once per turn. So that's cool that we're not limited again to only using 1 Protection of the Elements. We're allowed to use 3 to counter 3 times, given if we do have the correct amount of Elemental Heroes on the field to remove. But the last part obviously needs to be limited, even though we already have a big limit on friggin' having Elemental Terra Firma on the field. And why am I so stressed out about that? Well, because Elemental Hero Terra Firma is a level 8, and Flame Wingman Infernal Rage states a level 7 or lower. We could have had our Protection of the Elements condition right there. Boom. Terra Firma. Ditch Protection of the Elements. Okay, summon another one by banishing this. What is it? Yeah, you banish this card. I'm a little bit peeved about the whole situation. Heroes are great. I enjoy them. I love them. And I've been playing Heroes ever since the Lost Millennium. Been collecting them since even before they were released. Not collecting them before they were released in the States, but like I've been keeping an eye on them when they were first Japanese, and then when we got them in English, it's just like, oh, yes. Yep. Oh, man. And why am I so riled by this? Well, because, and it's kind of ironic because I'm very heated about this conversation because I really love Elemental Heroes, of course. And it's ironic because Elemental Heroes, if I'm correct, have been consistently getting support. More support than any other Legacy deck, and even more support than any other main protagonist Legacy deck. So it's just like, chill, dude, you have a lot to work with. But what we have to work with is just anime cards that would work really fun in an anime duel, but when taking it to ICS, you better hope that you draw into God hands. You know why meta decks supposedly draw into God hands? Because they have cards and combos that are just one card to activate. They can play so many hand traps and draw that one card that just steamrolls their whole combo into place. Sprites did it, Terra Elements did it. Freaking, let's not bring up the freaking Sky Strikers right in their back now. Freaking Zodiac's like the worst of them all. Like, oh god. The capability of a new meta deck is the less amount of cards that you need to end on a crazy board will increase the capability of utilizing more hand traps or allowing you to have more combo pieces that have less of a choke point, right? Because not every deck can have 4 or 5 hand traps to stop every single card that is essentially a starter in the newest archetypes. So heroes have the capability of being, tier 3 maybe. Like, I'm just reaching at this point, right? But we just need, what we need is hero plays. And let me get to at least something that we can agree with, hopefully, because all of this has been pessimistic, and I do apologize in a point, because I don't mean to trash on these cards. I just mean to bring the inconsistency, especially the competitive, the lack of competitive aspects within these cards, so that Konami can see, like, well, yeah, we need to add more capabilities and utilize them and give better support so that they can be meta defining. So I think that we have to stop getting extra deck cards. Stop giving us fusions. Stop giving us links. I mean, maybe another link. One more link wouldn't be too bad. But stop giving us extra deck monsters. Give us reworks of the previous heroes. I think it's time to see Avian, Burstinatrix, Clayman, Bubbleman, Blade Edge, Necroshade. Bring them back, man. Like, give us some pretty cool cards that have different mechanics that synergize with heroes. And don't give us another 3 extra deck or main deck monsters that just search. Like, we already have plenty of search that you've already limited to the ground, mind you, okay? That's a different conversation. You'll hear me talk about that when I show you my deck. But give us cards like Avian that can have some back row hate, burst into tricks that can maybe burn your opponent or send something from the deck to the graveyard. Clayman that is a hand trap that protects your heroes. Something along the lines of these stuff that just gives us more capabilities to stay in the game and or maybe these 3 cards can be another starter, Avian who sends something from the deck to the graveyard, a hero spell card, or a magic or spell card from the deck to the graveyard, or something like that. It's just like so we can go around Droll and Lockbird and bring back whatever we sent to the graveyard with Wonder Driver, Burst into Tricks, maybe special summons a hero monster with the same level or same attack points or something like that from the main deck and special summons it to your side of the field. Clayman who can be buff. I don't know, like I'm not in the front seat to be making these cards, but we just need to not get another extra deck monster. Give us reworks of the past hero monsters. I'll talk about reworks in the future. I have been thinking about what could be an inspiration of rework monsters, but that's for another video. That being said, I think that's enough rambling for me. I'm going to be posting more videos, and the times that are, or the days that I'm going to be posting these videos are going to be Monday and Friday. So if you want to hear a little bit more, or you want to discuss about heroes or even other decks, go ahead and comment down below, like, subscribe, share if you'd like to. I haven't been doing any videos, and I've been playing heroes for a while, so I think it's time to really cement myself as a very knowledgeable hero player. I think I've just been in the shadows too long, and it's time to come out. Whether I am called nepotist, pessimist, whatever, it's coming from a place of love, guys. I want heroes to succeed, and these anime cards that can be, they're just combo pieces, and combo pieces have more of a chance to be, chokehold by a hand trap. So we need more starters, we need some more extenders, and that very much is set up in the main deck. But yeah, the dates that I'm going to be releasing videos are going to be Monday and Friday, and they might even alternate. So if I'm lucky and I'm able to consistently make videos, then I will post them on Monday and Friday. Fridays are usually going to be videos where I go to locals, tell you how I did, show you my deck list, and hopefully maybe I can swap out some cards and kind of like, see what works, because I do have a variation of hero decks, and I think it's time to try them all out. Omni heroes are very secure, but Evo heroes, there's a lot of untapped potential there. The Neos deck is also a very fun competitor, but I definitely need to get the cards, because I already have the decks set aside. I just are missing some key components that I share amongst all the decks, and I'm tired of unsleeving and sleeving. But yeah, the next videos that I'm going to be posting, probably going to be on this Monday. 2 weeks ago, or a week ago actually, I went to a locals and with my old deck, and that video is going to consist of my results and the deck list, and then the next video after that is going to be an updated deck list of what I'm going to be maining for a good minute. We'll see how Protection of the Elements plays into it, and we'll see if I kind of break and end up using the Arm Neos and the Inferno Rage in any capacity. Once again, we'll see. Thank you guys for checking out my video. We will catch you in another time. Kind of drawing blanks. Oh my god, that was something that I wanted to say. No, it's not coming to me. That being said, I hope you guys enjoy the future videos. Don't forget to engage with me. I am by far the most knowledgeable person when it comes to heroes, but I think I do have a substantial amount of knowledge. And going back and forth with anybody, there are plenty of pathways that other people have taught me, and vice versa that I've taught them. So it's all about learning. It's all about learning from each other and building each other up. So even though I'm sounding very pessimistic, once again, it comes from a place of love. But yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next video. I'll see you guys later. Bye.